Hey guys, welcome to Overshot, a Paintball Podcast. I am your host, Travis. Waldo is also here next to me.
What's going on, guys?
Before we get into what we got for you guys today, we have a sponsor, Dizana Sports, makers of the SF Joggers and the Grind Air Gloves. We have extended our Grind Air Gloves giveaway. We'll be doing it for a few more days. We're not quite sure how much longer we're going to let it go on because the people that have entered, they want their winnings and we want to give them to you. But if you head on over to our Facebook, you'll be able to see it. You can sign up and you can win a free pair of gloves. All you got to do is give us your email and bang. And always go to dizanasports.com/overshot. You'll get 5% off your order. And it really helps us when you do that. Tim sends us an email about all the people that used our code and saved money. And you guys save money and it helps our podcast. So please continue to do that. We know you've been. So with that being said, I want to get into Waldo because we got a lot to talk about. First thing I wanted to discuss is, yeah, man, we upped our digs a little bit. I mean, you're used to seeing us in our own little boxes with our name under us. You're not going to see us like that this time. We got access to this beautiful studio, which we will be taking advantage of while we can. And, yeah, it's really nice in here. That's all I'm going to say. It's really nice in here. So to get started with what we want to talk about, first of all, we want to get into ICC predictions.
So first off, I just want to again say thanks. We are at a undisclosed private location, but if anybody ever needs help with any podcast, we have a nice mentor, Rob, and everything like that. We'll definitely get you linked up. And first things first, you know what I mean? New digs. This is our 20th episode, so thank you guys for listening.
Oh, I forgot.
For continuing listening. And my big, just jumping right into it, my big ICC predictions. Kind of going into it, my top four. I think, you got to have Dynasty in there. Dynasty won the last event.
They beat my ass.
Smoked you, dude, to keep you out of the finals. So that's, we're going to go with Dynasty. I'm going to pick them as my number. I'm actually going to pick them as like a third place. I know it's weird to start that way, but I just want to, have the returning champs. And then I think
to repeat is always tough, no matter what sport.
And then fourth place, I'm going to go with the All-Americans. They've been pretty consistent, but they can't really, once they get to that final round, they can't close the deal. But I know they've been doing well. I know that I've seen them practicing. Frank and Spesh have been out there. We practiced against them. So I think they're going to have a solid showing. I don't know if they can go all the way. I mean, with 72 teams, it's going to be rough, man, depending on the field that they get for quarters and things like that. Yeah. And then for number one, I'm going to do Infamous. Infamous has been doing very well on the classic circuit. They have a team built to win. They got the sponsors, they got the money behind them and things like that. And
they got Harrison Fry, who has long hair. So, I mean, they're going to win. They're going to win.
I don't know if it's a long hair thing, dude. I mean, they got some killers. They got Billy Bernaccia, Ryan Brand, Archie. Travis Lasoya plays with them. So, and then second place, I'm going to give it to Image again, man. I mean, I know they're kind of like a dark horse pick. They got second last year. They actually had a kind of rough season last year. They went second at a few events, two of my events, and also the ICC. So those are my big predictions. For any sleeper teams or anything like that. You know what I mean? I see Farside doing well. I see I know the Ground Zero Camp's going to be in there. They should do pretty well. But I don't think they have the right mojo to win an ICC yet. So, I mean, who are you thinking? I know, are you going to pick your own team, dude? Or?
I'm 100% going to pick my own team. I mean, why would you play sport if you didn't think you were going to win? You know me. I was just talking. I gave up my lunches recently to run because I have zero free time because all I do is edit paintball videos and edit podcast videos. So instead of eating lunch, I run 2 miles because I'm an idiot.
Dude, you look slimmer, dude.
I appreciate it. But yeah, I would be silly if I didn't say we were gonna win. Of course, I think we're gonna win.
So who are you gonna beat out to win?
Everybody. It's hard to say. Whoever's in my bracket, who I think is gonna be there in the end. It's tough to repeat. But it's hard to. How is Dynasty not gonna be there in the end, man? That's what they do, right? And I'm going to go off you because you use the big names. Image. Even Farside is your sleeper pick. Farside's a big name. Thunder Horse was a team that made some waves at the last one. They made it the last one. I'm pretty sure they went 1-1 in the semis, which is pretty good, but doesn't cut it, as you know. We went 1-1 in the semis, and we didn't make it.
Right.
But I think those teams, I think, could do really well. Who else do I think can do good?
So first you guys, second Thunder Horse.
Yeah. I think local teams, too, have a big advantage, too. I'm going to say, like, a team like a Pittsburgh Rampage. If Urban Assault is your local field, I mean, I think that's gonna have a lot. I think you don't think so?
They're not on the same caliber, dude. They're not even close. Not even close, dude. But all right, keep going, man. I mean, I'm not. I don't agree with any of your picks.
I know you don't like any of my picks, but dude, this mechanical thing is no. Anybody could do well. If I told you I got a second in ICPL a couple months ago, would you have been like, oh yeah?
I'd believe it because if you told me
because
your
I
roster.
got the trophy, that's why you believe it.
No, if you told me your roster. You told me your roster. Because without those key pickups that you guys had at ICPL, I don't think you guys. I think you would have been a middle of the pack team as you always been. But but once you picked up those guys, I elevated your team to a top 3 team.
What guys? Talking Rosie
Mooner, Phil Martucci.
Yeah,
I think
those guys were on our ICC squad last year. Also,
they were not on your IC. They were on your IC. They were not on your ICC squad.
Rosie was.
Okay, but wasn't Mooner and Phil?
No.
Okay, so then that's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right.
Give nods to the OGs, dude.
I gotta give nods to the OGs, man.
So then, who you? So Thunder Horse, you guys, come on, man, give the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, like I said, I think Pittsburgh Rampage is gonna do well because they're a local team, and I think playing those fields is really gonna help. Who do I want to pick as my 4th? I don't want to pick a team. You know who always signs killers, and if they get the right squad, they'll take the event. Cat Factory.
I don't think Cat Factory's registered. I think they're all playing with their normal teams.
They're all playing with their normal teams.
Yeah, so I don't. Or how about even how we didn't even speak about that? How about the Philly Americans?
Yeah, pretty much. Philly Americans are like Cat Factory at ICPL. They're gonna have Moorhead. They're gonna have Sam again, probably.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with the passing, they're not gonna.
Passing
have
of Tim. Yeah, it's not an official episode, but we've already spoken our piece on that last episode. I mean, we said a couple of minutes. The paintball world is still kind of shook from the passing of Tim Montressor. And yeah, we did a little episode last time. I really don't want to talk about it. It gets some people upset. I was talking to Willow Roy, I'll tell you a little bit too, and even he was getting choked up a little bit, even on the phone about it, man. So it's still kind of fresh. I know we're definitely going to do something special. I was talking to him. I don't know exactly what, but our team is doing something special for Tim. I don't know. We're going to do like hashtag 40 stickers on all our loaders. Kind of everything's been thrown out to everyone wearing 40. We don't know exactly what, but we're definitely going to do something. But yeah, the Philly Americans are going to be short Tim this year. I can only imagine what they're going to do at that event to honor him. I mean,
yeah, hopefully, with everything going on, that the event still happens. I know there's people I know there's people working behind the scenes that even if the event can't happen in Pittsburgh, they might move it to another location. Actually, is what I heard. But I hope it runs in its entirety at Pittsburgh, at Urban Assault, because Tim did a lot of good work for that event. So
yeah.
Definitely appreciative of everything that Tim's done, and I don't want to make the whole episode again about Tim. But kind of running out. The ICC. Now, was there anything? I know you've been past 2 years to ICC.
Yeah.
Past 2 years to ICC. Is there anything like you would? Dude. I thought it was the greatest paintball event that I've ever attended.
It is the best. The best. I feel like we say it all the time on the show. The best.
Was there anything that like you didn't could have improved, or is there? Dude. I'm the one that usually.
I know you're the one that nitpicks. To be honest, not really. The worst thing I honestly have to say is sometimes the staging could be a little better at times, but it's not awful by any stretch of the imagination. They only have so much space. They have 72 teams. Where are you going to put everybody?
Right, you're right. Where are you going to put everybody? And they've made the improvements time and time again.
Always, yeah.
There used to be 90% of their lane was taken away by a new highway, so it's everything got condensed. I don't know if did you see that they're going to be doing the hyperball on turf now?
Yes, I saw them turf it. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think my brother is going to love that. Did you hear how happy he was about the turf at your event? He was like, dude, that new turf, it was like landing on a pillow. That fresh turf feeling is nice.
No, definitely. The only thing that my thing is because we're playing a classic format. I think that I don't know, man. I feel like turf is too new, too space age, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
For the event, I don't think it's a knock to that throwback events. But like you said, dude. I don't dive and slide enough to really notice, but I'm sure
Me neither, really.
one or two times I do, it'll be all right over there.
Yeah.
So,
but I agree. It's it does kind of take away from that old school, I guess, nostalgia kind of feel. You watch the pitch videos and the dude dives, it's like a dust cloud behind him,
Right.
it is going to take away from that. But at this, also, when you say that, like I said, a lot of these dudes are old, man. So I'm sure they're going to have nice. The double knee slide on the turf is probably better for them.
Right, especially with, like you said, the demographics mostly older players, so it's definitely going to do a
Pop
lot
a couple
better.
less to leave at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they pop more than that. But kind of going off, ICC and everything like that. I know. Have you looked at the NXL regional brackets? Have you seen anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I mean, looking at all the different conferences.
You know
and
me, I'm a
everything.
classic guy, but I kind of try and stay level-headed with all that stuff.
So what do you think about, I mean, at first I would like, we'll start with our conference, so to speak, if we were to play it, the East Conference. Little bit, a lot of J-Rab said it's like the weaker conference, an easy conference, a K conference, or anything like that. What do you think as far as like that conference? Like, who's your picks? I mean,
that's an easy one to pick because Russian Legion's clearly the best team. What I would have liked to have seen is like Jason kind of touched us a little bit on his episode with us. I don't understand for the life of me why Damage is not in the Eastern Conference. Like, can you even give me anything that resembles any sense on why a Florida team is not in the East Conference and why they're in the Central Conference? Like, what are we doing here?
Grade, bro. I'm not part of the NXL.
What are we doing here?
I'm not part of the NXL. I mean,
It
obviously,
would make it so much more competitive. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, him kind of saying that too is twofold because the bracket he's in is
super hard. Yeah.
It's a little bit
Who wants
rougher.
to play in the bracket of death?
Yeah, a little bit harder. But I mean, so you're thinking, but who knows if Russian Legion can come? Because honestly, I really don't think by the time this all clears up, we're looking at October for the World Cup. I don't think Russian Legion is going to be able to come, man. I don't think so.
I think sadly Jason was right in what he said is that I think the next Paintball National Event is going to be a World Cup, and I don't think they've put nothing out about a regional event other than the conferences. No dates, no layout, nothing. How between now and I don't know. I just don't see it happening.
So Russian Legion, if they attend, is your number one pick for the East.
For the East.
What about as far as?
And if they can, I'm gonna be that guy NYX.
So you're gonna say NYX? Honestly, I'm gonna say there's also they got Infamous, Revo, Level Up, Columbus Level.
Yeah.
And then
I did that during their podcast too, a couple times. I felt bad.
NRG, NRG Elite, and SD Aftermath. Which SD Aftermath is basically out of Chicago, so that makes sense on why San Diego Aftermath's in the Eastern Conference. I think Revo, honestly. I think
Revo's good. If I was thinking with my head, I should have picked Revo.
I think Revo should be an easy second if Russian Legion's not there. But I think Infamous is a dark horse. But they haven't done good recently in the past couple of years, so
it's hard. They've been killing it at the mechanical events, but Vegas was not their event.
Yeah, I just think that it's easier for them and the budget, not to be, because they're not they don't have the budget to be a top team. They are doing well with their pro DNA and everything like that to try to fund the team.
got one of their guns. That thing is really nice, actually.
Yeah, the Invaders or whatever. No, the Invaders HK. Theirs is the.
I don't know what it's called, but his gun looks good.
So with the skull in the
Sorry,
back.
Pro DNA. Don't know what it's called. The gun is good looking though.
Send one to us. We'll review it. No, it's
You're right. Send me a gun. I'll review it.
It's like the skull edition. I mean, HK copied
Yeah.
it. HK's the Invader, and they copied it, so they literally ripped it off. So.
Yeah, but it's a lot. I don't know. I don't hold a lot of newer guns, but it was very light. For the gun with the full air tank and a loader full of paint on it, I picked it up. I was like, wow. All right. I was like, Casper, this is your gun? I was like, good shit, dude.
Yeah, probably first gun you bought in a long time. So moving on to the, I think they're calling it the South Central Conference.
Yeah.
Because it's some Texas teams. It's Diesel. It's AC Dallas, X
Damage
Factor.
is in that one too.
Yeah, Heat, X Factor.
That's a tough one, dude.
Damage, ML Kings. I believe there might be one other team in there.
Kyle, man, I'm sorry, Kyle. That's.
No, I don't think they're gonna. So who's your pick on that? I mean, Heat and X Factor. You going with the easy choices like that, Heat and X Factor, or you're gonna back your boy Jason and think it's their time to shine?
Their team is good, man. We were talking about it on Jason's episode, not to keep referring him, but Keith Brown, Edwards, Drew, they have good players on their team.
Right.
And here's the thing: do the Russians play for Heat, or are they stuck in Russia?
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, no, I mean, if they
Not
don't
to say they don't have the roster.
no, but that severely brings their chances down. So
Right.
so if there is no Russians, I would say that they're more like a top 4 team versus a top 2 team.
Right.
And then I would also say my pick then would be X Factor because
So good.
yeah, X Factor is good. My only thing is, dude, is if Damage can get back to the level that they were back, 2011, 2012, 2013 type of whenever when they won all
They're
those
like
events.
my wild card, and I'm really pulling for them. I want them to do well. I like their players.
They're a dark horse team. I mean, they're not. I wouldn't say they're my number one. I would honestly put them at 4, dude, because I would have X Factor, Heat.
I still have Heat above them. I think even if the Russians don't come, I still kind of feel like
AC Dallas, dude. I think AC Dallas.
Yeah.
So I mean, realistically, mine would be X Factor, Heat, AC Dallas, Damage. If the Russians don't come, I would move Heat to I would then do X Factor, AC Dallas, Damage, Heat, Diesel.
Yeah,
ML
Diesel
Kings.
and ML Kings are going to be the last
Diesel
two.
ML Kings probably. And then going into the Western Conference, we'll have most legendary team. We already spoke about them. Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Sacramento DMG, Seattle Uprising, Seattle Thunder, Impact.
And Ironman are in that bracket.
Oh, and Ironman.
How you can forget my boys? I was going to say they're my pull. Come on, they're the 2020 champs.
They will not be the champs. There's no way.
Okay, I'll tell you. If there's no, if
Can I tell you? How about this? They're not going to make it out of their bracket. If there's
in
an
the
event,
regionals,
they won't make it out of the bracket.
I was gonna say if there is only one more event and it's World Cup, what do you think their chances are? Because I'm biased and I'm about to. I'm about to go off in a second. So I'll let you go.
They'll get like an 8th or something. So I don't think that's enough points for them to.
No, so you don't even see them doing well. So 8th is barely making Sunday, or making Sunday and gets smashed right away.
Yeah, I don't see them. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm gonna put them. So I don't see them getting it. Honestly, don't see them getting it. But I mean, it all depends.
Do you
on
think Vegas was lucky?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to say luck because there's a lot of hard work that people put in before.
True. The luck is a bad.
I wouldn't say luck, but I don't see as them as being a consistent team.
You don't see them doing that on the regular.
No, you know what I mean. I kind of see them as like Infamous used to win one event a year.
Yeah, Infamous was always good for that one event a year. Yeah.
I don't see Iron Man doing it. I don't even in their division, like I see Dynasty placing before them. I see Impact placing before them. I can see I don't know how many people they would take in the regional. I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could see Uprising beating them. I could see. I don't think DMG or Thunder maybe. Yeah.
I know we were talking about the other day. That's the Uprising's like a sneaky good team.
I think
it wasn't me and you, right?
Yeah. So I think I think honestly, I'm gonna go with Impact, Dynasty, Uprising, Ironman. In their little bracket, DMG, Thunder.
So you put DMG ahead of Thunder.
It's like a toss up, dude. It would be a toss up, honestly. I don't know. Thunder is always good too for like some little sneak action too. So, realistically,
they had a pretty good Vegas.
Dude, realistically,
their Vegas was not bad.
Dude, realistically, I mean, dude, Iron Man could be a bottom, dude. They could be a bottom. But
cool,
I mean, I think there's more teams. I think there's
cool.
8 teams. I think there's 8 teams in their bracket. So I think I'm missing some. Right? There's 6, and 8, or 8, and 12. It's 8, 8, and 12, or something like that.
Something like.
No, 10, 10, and something. Whatever it is, dude.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
We forgot your pro team. My bad.
Yeah, if we forgot your pro team, it's all good, dude.
But this is where I tell you you're wrong because Iron Man's gonna win the whole thing. And I'll tell you why, because I added the one thing they needed. They've been missing a quarterback. Nick Sloviak. I'm going to be straight up. He's a quarterback. They needed a quarterback. They needed someone to tell you who's good. They needed people to tell you where to go, who's not that pit guy. And I'll tell you what, I think some of the biggest reasons that X Factor, you're going to see maybe a little drop-off because they don't have that quarterback. Yeah, they got a bunch of short dudes that can run and dive in the snake like Dizon and Monville and all these guys, but they don't have enough guys quarterback in the place.
Let me ask you this, dude. If someone doesn't have a beard, do you think they're good at paintball or no? Because I think
it definitely helps. It definitely helps.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking, but hey, Nick Sloviak does have a beautiful beard. But I think you need that quarterback. Like, it's always that.
I think it's good for their team. I think he's a good addition for their team.
Like every team's got one.
I don't think they have enough pieces to consistently win. I do not think that, dude. There's no way. There's no way. Nick's not that much. Nick's the right addition. I don't think he's that much. You need a whole. It starts from the top down, dude. You need a whole organization, and I think that like while they have a lot of young kids, I think some of those young kids are gonna think that they're better than they are. Honestly,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Oh, we just won Vegas or this, that, or the other thing. It's a grueling year. And also, you got to look at how people have taken this whole quarantine, how people are going to come back and stuff like that. There's people that are probably 10, 20 pounds heavier. There's people that are probably 10, 20 pounds lighter.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a big decision on going forward is how people treated this time in the downtime. I mean, because even, going back to the event, I ran the other weekend, you could definitely see who was eating Doritos and who wasn't. So
yeah, it was very clear. But back to this, we're gonna talk about Ironman for a second because they're my favorite team. What do you think about their 2-year contract thing? Do you think they need to try and up it and get people to sign on for longer, or do you think even already 2-year contracts don't even happen in paintball, and the fact that they get dudes to sign on for 2 years is good enough?
So honestly, I didn't realize it was they sign all their players to 2 years.
2-year contracts.
Okay.
Yep. So they can't sail and bail.
Right. No, I honestly think that, and this is something going back to when I ran a team and stuff like that, I think the 2 years is too short of a goal. I think, honestly, it should be a 5-year deal, whatever you're doing.
I agree. When you look at other major sports, it's like that. But do you think that's even possible in paintball? Like, do we even think, like, the big budget teams do that?
No, I don't. I wouldn't know because and that's another thing too.
Right.
Like
we really don't know.
Stuff should be publicized. There should be a players' union.
By the way, they may not have 2-year contracts. This is what they said somewhere, and I saw it.
Oh, okay.
They could have been lying.
No, but that makes sense. That makes sense that they do 2-year deals. I mean, as far as I've spoken. Some pro teams are on handshake deals. Some are on contracts. Some people have. Deals with, like Ronnie has deals with certain companies.
Right.
Greenspan has deals with certain companies. So I think that paintball does need a more publicized paying. I think there should be a players union. I should do something like this. And honestly, like anything, and I've made this mistake in the past. Paintball team. That 2 years is the lifespan of an average paintball team. And
unfortunately,
right. And listen, I've been on my first couple teams where 2 years, bam, a new team. 2 years, bam, a new team.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and this is something I'm going to even enact going forward, is that the team needs a 5-year. I would say a 5-year. I would say, well, obviously you got to have, it's like a business, dude. You need 6-month goals,
like our
1-year
podcast.
goals, 2 years goals, 5-year goals. You need it all, dude.
It was like this. We sat down. A little inside story between Waldo and I. We sat down. We had literally 1 week goals. We had 1 month goals. We had 1 year goals. We had 2-year goals. We have 5-year goals. We have 10-year goals for this, and that's how how you should treat the paintball team.
Right. So I mean, with anything you do, dude.
Anything.
You need goals, and you need to stay on track. And when you're not on track, you need to have a meeting, and you just go back to work. So that's why we're also here. You know what I mean? Well, doing this podcast, doing this, and talking to you guys. About anything that you guys want to hear, want to see, or anything like that. So, I mean, any big other major news that you have that we...
Oh, I got some more stuff. I want to pick your brain some more. I got more stuff I want to talk about now. What do you think about relegation? Do you think that hurts or helps? Sorry, now my brain is going. We started talking about this. I'm fired.
I got you,
right
dude.
Now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So we're dude. So relegation.
Do you think that hurts the sport? Do you think it helps the sport?
I think that what they used to do with the 10 best teams and champions and the 10 best and challengers, while it made every game matter more. I mean, it was kind of gimmicky to me.
Yeah.
Because you had teams that had no deserving to be there in there.
Right.
While I think a semi-pro team, the people that win semi-pro this year should move up the next year. I do like that idea. And I do, as teams fold and stuff like that, you need to be able to replace those teams. I don't think paintball's at the spot where there's franchises, there's the New York Giants, there's the Cleveland Browns, there's the Baltimore Ravens. Paintball's not at that point yet, so that's why sometimes it doesn't work exactly right. But I mean, in a perfect world, there should be 20 pro teams. There shouldn't be split deck because split deck is terrible to the consumer to watch the game. But I do understand with time, until players are making money too, right, you're not gonna be able to do it. But I think relegation is
I'll tell you what, I don't like it. I'll tell you why.
I think it's stupid also because teams are just gonna fold, dude. If they get relegated, they're just gonna fold. and then the money and then the deals and all that stuff. So I think it's stupid. I understand why it happens because realistically, and you'll see this all the time, pro team X will run out of money. Rich dude Y will acquire the spot or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes.
I'm about to make some enemies right now, but NRG Elite, you know?
I mean, dude, but
it is what it is. It's not anything against you guys, but that's...
But let me say then this to you, though. They did buy the spot. They did well enough in Vegas. They did better than a lot of other teams.
I'm not saying they're scrubs by any means.
Okay, so what about this? Your team, Ground Zero Gold,
Mm-hmm.
they did not earn their pro spot into the ICPL. They did not. They paid their way in with an expansion. So do you believe then, reverting to what you were just saying, that your team, Ground Zero Gold, is like an NRG Elite? They bought their way in.
Yes and no. I agree with you in that sense, but I also feel like they expanded, right? No, teams dropped. I think that's how they got in. So, yeah, I agree with that yes, they bought their way, and that's kind of the wrong way, but I think one of the main reasons they got in was because Elevation and other teams said dropped out, and other teams said no. So...
I mean, so then the same thing. So like NRG though, like Katana was, or I don't know, did they take Boom's or they took Boom's spot? Boom was gonna fold, and then they bought Boom's spot.
Right, but this is what I wanted to get into. So in like football, for example, right? The Green Bay Packers don't have an owner because they were running out of money. What happened? The league bought their team. The league runs the Green Bay Packers. They don't have an owner, and I feel like that's what should happen in the situation where teams can't get funded. Just to always keep that in that area, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, PC Kitana folded, but guess what? If there was a players' league, you know, they could be like, listen, no, they're not folding. Like, we're just going to hire new players to play your spots, you know what I'm saying?
Like replacements?
Yeah.
The movie?
Like, it could be the team NRG Elite, but they're going to be playing under the PC Katana flag because that's their...
Well, they paid $5,000 to change the name.
Right. It's so hard to say because, yeah, for that reason. But that's why I feel like there should be no relegation. Like, in baseball... You never see a minor league team become a pro team. You know what I mean? No matter how bad the Pittsburgh Pirates are, the Pittsburgh Pirates are always going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates, and their minor league team is always going to be their minor league team.
Right.
And I kind of feel like it should be more like that. And yeah, you're right, because teams do fold. It's tough. Like, paintball is hard. People, like, I'm not shattering the ground over. We don't make a lot of money. No one does. Very few people. Maybe... I was talking to my mom about this. She was like, so is there like a true living you can make playing paintball? I was like... Probably 15 guys, maybe 20.
Yeah, Heat and Impact.
Yeah, like you're not getting paid for this, so like it's hard to treat it like a pro sport. Like it's easy for me to be like, yeah, bro, fucking NYX should be treated just like the New York Yankees, but I'm not paying for it, so. But that's how I feel like it should be. That's why I feel like relegation hurts the sport because there's constantly new teams coming in and out. So like. What if you were a fan of PC Katana and granted they did stink and they got kicked out, but now like you're like, okay, well now my team is out of the league. Like,
no,
what am I gonna do? Go kick
and
rocks?
Until there's more money in the league, I don't think there's
right. It's always a money thing.
Until there's more money in the league, I don't think there's a home run in that. I mean, honestly, I think that
you're right. Until there's money, they almost have to relegate to keep the. God, this is gonna sound bad, but to keep the fresh money in the sport.
Yeah, dude, they need to keep recycling you know what I mean? They need to...
Yeah, when people burn out, they need to play semi-pro and D2 for a while until they save their money again.
And go for it.
And then they could be able to go for it again. As bad as what I just said sounds, it's the truth, though. It really is.
So what's your next question, dude? Let's wrap it up. How about this? Let's go into... I know we had a couple viewers ask
yeah, definitely
some
want to get into the viewer questions. I don't know, we were just talking and a relegation popped in my head, and I was like... Oh, wow. I wonder what he thinks about that. I don't think we've ever talked about this before.
So I know someone said something about a MagFed.
Yeah, so
tournament.
One of the questions sorry, dude, I forgot your name. I should have wrote your name. But he was asking us about MagFed tournaments and how we think they could...
His name was Chris.
It was Chris? Okay, yes. It was Chris, and I think Camden was the other guy.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, how can they be how can it be good and, like, palatable, I guess, to watch? Because if you think about it, a real paintball tournament where people are shooting thousands of balls a second... is barely palatable to watch. Like, we can't get people to watch that. Now you want people to watch...
blow your mind on this one, dude. I'm going to blow your mind on this
one. Blow it.
I think that truly the best format to view for paintball would be 3 to 5 players on a city type field,
Okay.
mag fed,
Okay.
and I think that would, and with overhead cameras and kind of like basically just replicating like when you're playing Call of Duty, the angle you're seeing on Call of Duty is the angle you're seeing on that. And I've even seen, if you look up something called Speed Soft,
Yeah.
it's legit paintball. People playing paintball, airsoft like paintballs.
Yeah.
Diving, running, gunning, and all that stuff. So I honestly think, dude, because we take the pros now, 3-on-3 mag fed in a city environment, have cable cams, and have in the windows of the buildings, and first on the gun and everything. I honestly think that would be more palatable for the average person. Jimmy and Johnny playing Call of Duty. Like, dude, you like playing, because, dude, we're not losing. Paintball's not losing people to other paintball people. Like,
right. Or
fields aren't in. If your field thinks it's in competition with the field down the road, you're an idiot, bro.
Yeah.
Because we're battling
other sports.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We're battling. No, well, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
gaming is a sport.
Esports. I got you. So. Call of Duty, bounce houses, fun for all, all this stuff. And now with everything with this whole COVID thing, man, honestly, probably one of the better things for you guys to do is to go out and play paintball. It's outside. It's far away from people.
Yeah.
You can stage far away from people. There's contact. Like, I'm going to be going Sunday. I'm already paid. I show up, hopefully the guy can see me under my mask, and, I give him my name, and I get my case of paintballs, load it up, and I go play. I'm not touching nobody or anything like that. So, dude, honestly, paintball's the thing, man. So it's going back to the guy.
It's so safe to play if you think about it, because you're not. It's not like basketball or football where you're passing the same ball back and forth. Like, you're going to the guy. He's handing you your case of paintballs. That is the only thing that you're touching that somebody else has touched. Like, you're walking under the net on the field. Like, you brought your own gun. You brought all your stuff is yours. Like, maybe you're touching the bunker with your hand because someone else played it, but like, that's literally the only situation where I think you touch something that someone else has touched. Is you're playing a bunker that someone else has been there. But like, come on, dude, really?
Not. I mean, maybe in a week ago. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like that's what you're concerned about. Like, what, you're not gonna go touch the door at Walmart either? Like, come on.
I mean, you just be safe, and everybody, you get your wipes and whatnot, and you'll be all right. But I think that it'll help with people, especially being cooped up in the house and stuff like that. You might
go out some aggression, go shoot your buddies, man. It's fun, I'm telling you.
So kind of reverting back to the original question.
Yeah. We kind of went off
with
there.
the MagFed and everything like that. I mean, I honestly have never even played MagFed.
Me neither. And when he saw that too, I was like, man, maybe I should.
It's something that I think I want to do, and I think something, as far as the idea that.
And you know who shared something too? The dude, he had to change his name. He's Christian Woods on Facebook. He was like Long Island Paintball guy, and they made him change his name. But he's playing that CT6 thing. I think they moved it to September.
Okay.
And I was looking at that before we came here, and I was like, man, maybe I should do that.
I think we'll be there. As long as I don't have another prior obligation, we'll probably be there. I'd love to go out and
exactly. Hey, Planet Eclipse, send us some MG100s so we could try this out. Just
MG100s. I mean, I've heard great things about that gun, so definitely we should try it out, dude. MagFed. And then I think the next one was.
But no, hang on. I want to talk a little bit more about that, because I also kind of agree it should be in a street environment, and I also think, because you listened to play the game, right? Did you listen to more Marky?
Mark HK, yeah.
So he was saying that he has a camera so small that it fits in the tip of the loader. Did you see that part?
No.
So they're saying he's got like a camera that's like the size of a pin, and he can build it into like that nipple tip of like your loader, and like everyone should have that camera, and it's Bluetooth, so you could at any point you could switch to that view and see like what his loader is seeing, which is a pretty good view. Like, one of the best views, I think, to watch someone gun battle is what they're seeing. And I think if you could incorporate that in like a small urban environment where there's a lot of action, like, I don't think it would work in like a big, like if you had like a big like warehouse kind of thing, I don't think it would work, because I don't think people really want to see people running from like really house to house. I think it would be like.
No, I think that's what it needs. I think it needs to be.
It needs to be big.
House. I think it needs to be like CQB, house to house.
No, I like CQB, but I'm thinking like literally like 3 structures. So it's like you start in the one structure, there's one in the middle, and like that's the field. Because I feel like with MagFed, it's going to be slower play.
I think it needs to be like I don't know, you ever like they have that Nuketown field?
Yeah.
I think that would be a decent spot. to do it. I
Right,
think,
something like that.
I think the high velocity castle would be cool. I think what I would do though.
Right, something that's like the size of the castle field. I think is the perfect size. Like, but like say for the size of the whole high velocity property. Like I think that's too big.
No, I do. Yeah. So you're looking at more like 2 football fields by 2 football fields.
Yeah, like a little bit bigger than an airball field. Probably like 2 airball fields. That's what I would say.
So I know we had another question from Camden Sisler
Yeah,
from Norwalk.
and kind of actually, what I was actually kind of getting into the leads in that, and he wanted to know how we think we could, like, paintball media could be better to grow the sport. And one of the things I think is that better and different camera angles. I think if you could see out the player's loader as he's like gun battling with the snake guy, like on the fly, I think that would be super cool, and that's kind of what people want to see. Granted, it might be wonky at times, and you wouldn't want to watch it for like 6 minutes straight, because if you think about it, that guy is snapping, his loader's going, like this. But if you get that view for like 2 seconds, you know what I mean, and you catch that shot, and you see the ball, like, that's what you want to see, man.
Yeah, so going based on that, I know the technology is a lot better nowadays than when
it's not there yet, but I definitely think it's getting there.
It's definitely getting a lot better with Go Sports. So shout out to Go Sports.
Yeah.
But what I think the thing too is, dude, is I would like to see and Ultimate Shootout's been doing this. Like I don't know, man. I don't want to say paintball is boring to watch, man, but paintball, dude, I'm not about it really, dude. Honestly, like the gunfight, this, that, and the other thing. Maybe I'm not a purist like that, dude. I'd rather see with the Ultimate Shootout, the dude's mic'd up, they're talking smack, like that's to me, dude. It's like what I was like. Well, like I like I'm not a big basketball fan. I don't really watch basketball, but I've watched the entire Last Dance that Michael Jordan did,
right?
Because I like Michael Jordan. I like the intensity he brought, the passion, the drive for the game. So like to me is like and what paintball media to come. Dude, tell more stories. Tell more stories,
right.
And that's what we're doing. We're telling stories of friends, of pros, of non-pros, industry people, everybody. That's what paintball needs, bro. Because honestly, what's lacking right now in the NXL, yeah, the camera angle could be better. Yeah, you could put the thing in the loader, but dude, I don't like.
You don't know who these people are.
Dude,
who are these people?
You know what I mean? Harrison Fry versus, Harris. Like, we know Harris, dude.
Yeah.
Because Harris talks smack. There needs to be more Harrises. There needs to be more rivalries. Because there is no real rivalries, bro.
No.
It's too nice nowadays, and that's maybe a product of our culture, like being PC and stuff like that. I just think that it needs the rivalries. It needs the rivalries. It needs the smack talk. Paintball media. I mean, I understand.
I love the smack talk. We talk about this all the time.
I understand, like, and I get in trouble for this, man. But like the print media, kind of like that stuff's kind of dead and stuff like that. But dude, it just comes down to every single person that's listening to this podcast. They have something, dude. Let's just take this thing out right here, dude. Yeah. It's this technology, dude. You could take a picture, take a behind the scenes, take a Snapchat, take a whatever, dude. And that's what's really gonna like grow it from the grassroots up. Like paintball media, man. Anybody with a phone is and
anyone can go live on Instagram.
Anybody can go live on Instagram. Anybody, you can, whatever, Hey man, if you want to do it a little bit better, you can get a nice studio like this. You know what I mean? You could do that too. That's all good, but. Going back to what you were saying, paintball, media, and anything like that. And this is the other thing, too, I got to say. Anybody that, because this is something I had a conversation with a photo guy. Don't cheap yourself out either, because that ruins it for everybody. We got photo guys going $80 for 150 pictures. Dude, $80, bro. If you go there for like the $80, by the time you do the gas tolls or whatever, and I understand, man, everybody can price their things out, but that's hurting the guy. Because somebody's going there with an iPhone taking pictures of a team charging $80, and then another guy's bought a $700 or $7,000 camera and he's taking pictures of you.
Right.
Stop cheating those people. Like, stop cheating them. Like,
support them.
Yeah, don't crop out their watermark.
Right.
People be doing that. And it just looks bad, dude, because if you're promoting a brand, like if your sponsor, let's say your sponsor is Bunker King or whatever, Bunker King doesn't want you to use some blurry picture that you cropped out the dude's watermark.
Because you zoomed in six times on your phone.
6 times and you took a screenshot of a screenshot to avoid something.
Dude, if you go to the team, it's nothing. Like, when people complain about money, it's one of the most like annoying things to me, because No one's getting rich, okay? And guess what? You spending $15 on pictures is not why you're poor. Like, get out of here. Like,
pick up another shift.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, $80 between a 5-man team, like, and you don't got that? Like, how are you going to eat tomorrow? What do you mean you don't have $15? Like, I can't stand that stuff. Like,
budget your money better.
Budget, it's like, yeah, I'm sure you've seen them so many times where people go to the event with, like, no cash. What did you think was going to happen? Like, did you bank on us winning? Like, now you got to pony up for paint, bro.
No, man, credit card. Plastic. Especially nowadays, that money's dirty. Don't be touching it. Don't be touching it.
But still, like, okay, so, but like at OXCC, it was, if we used a credit card, it was 10% more. For paying cash, we saved like $300.
True that.
300. See, I will not complain about 15. I will complain about 300.
No, 10% of a $3,000 bill, man. 100%.
Right.
So, I mean, did we have any other questions? We had Camden, we had Chris.
Yeah,
and
I feel bad. I mean, but yeah, that's what I feel like. I guess we kind of covered those questions.
No, man. And if you guys need anything more in depth or anything like that, we're good to go. I know. Not really question. Carter wanted Matty Boy on the podcast. We'll definitely try to get him, dude.
Yeah, we'll reach out.
We'll reach out to him.
We got some guys we're working on right now, so we're gonna do them first. Like, I guess we'll too, because we're gonna bring up a couple. So
we'll bring up a couple teasers.
We're talking to Nick Sloviak right now. He was supposed to come on the show on Monday, assuming this episode comes out tomorrow. But on Monday we were supposed to interview him, but again, fortunately, due to the passing of Tim, we thought it'd be best to postpone that interview, and that's why we did our little 10-minute video just to go through it. So I'm going to be getting in touch with Nick this week, so hopefully we get him done next week. And another guy we're going to have back is going to be Joey B, because we didn't get to finish his story. We were like 2 hours into his podcast.
He also told us he bought a computer, so he will not be echoing this time.
He will not be echoing this time. Yes, that is fabulous. All you need to do is make sure his phone was charged. But anyway, we apologize for that echo too. Anyone who stuck through the end of that episode, we're so sorry, but
DM us. We'll put you in a raffle.
Well, yeah, I'll put you in the raffle for free, or I'll give you a free microfiber. But his story was so good. We decided not to talk about this. We're talking about this for a second. My favorite guest by far was Joey B, just because of his story. Like,
Joe was a good episode.
Every single dime he had to go down to Florida, then lived on $7 a month to not make the team. What? I would have been devastated. Like, and the perseverance to come back and like.
But that's why he's a pro.
That is why he's a pro.
That's why 100%. That's why all you kids that lose one tournament and complain, and then now you're not playing, dude. You didn't have what it takes, so don't worry about it.
Nah, man. And anything to be, and I say this all the time, but to be great in anything takes so much dedication, because to be great, you suffer so hard in the process to be great that most people give up. Like, it gets so hard to get to that top level that most people are like, F it, bro. Look at us with the podcast. Like, it wasn't even that hard. Bro, how many people started this at the start of quarantine, and how many people are still doing it? None. No, I mean, they play the game.
Play the game, man. Play the game.
But when we first started this, right, we were laughing. We're like, geez, everyone's coming out of the woodwork. This kid's got a podcast. You got a podcast. Boy, COVID's bringing out the podcast, but this is hard work. It's not easy. And the second it gets hard, a lot of people like to give up.
No, we're going to be doubling down. We're going to be going harder and harder.
Oh, we're going hard. Like, we're going harder. Like, I don't know if you did, but I took a lot of personal shit when people are like, dude, you're going to 2 episodes a week. It's going to be so hard. And I was like, so? It's going to be hard. Okay. Life is hard, man. Anything that's worth doing is hard.
I mean, listen.
You only do the stuff that's easy?
I had to beg you to do 2 a week. I wanted to do one every day.
I was against it.
I wanted to do one every day. I was like, let's do one every day.
Yeah. And hey, if you sponsors keep helping us out, maybe we will do one every day.
Let's go live
but
every
I still
day.
Gotta, as of right
lunch.
now, because of you, I still got to shovel horse doo-doo for a living. So
every day at lunch, let's go live. That's my goal. And until we get there, you know what I mean? I want to be able to. And this isn't just about us. It's about, like I said, again, helping people that we know.
I get great joy to sharing people's story. Like, yeah, talking to Joey was awesome because he's a pro, and talking to all these pros is cool. But like when we had Ross on, I thought that was cool. I love sharing the little guy's story too, because everyone's got a story, and everyone's story deserves to be heard. You know, whether you're, it's Ryan Greenspan and you got all this legacy behind you,
or you're Sal,
right?
Dude, if you said.
And I still enjoyed that episode. That was a great episode, even off air, because we talked a ton of smack after we stopped recording, which was hella fun.
Dude, it's
We
about
should have
growing the
recorded
game,
that,
man.
but we would have lost a lot of friends.
Nah, we'll be all right, man. I mean, people understand that this is what we're doing. It's about helping people. It's about helping the sport, helping the game, and just kind of, I wanted to give shout out to every single person that has ever been on an episode of ours. Anybody that's ever shared, like, subscribe, keep it going, and even ramp it up, guys. Like, if everybody could just share, it could be a soundbite or anything like that, or anything that we do. And if we do anything that helps you guys out, definitely share it up, reach it out, because you don't know what's going to help somebody get through a day or a rough time or anything like that. So definitely reach out, definitely share the love and everything like that. Kind of, again, shout out to, Dizana Sports for always helping us. And, I mean, any major things that, you kind of want to go off, because, I mean, I'm
trying to think if there's anything that we're doing that we haven't said. Have we officially said this? I don't know if we've officially said this yet. We will be at ICC. We have secured a booth. I don't know if we've said this in past episodes, but it is official. We got pop-ups. We got everything we need. Waldo's going to be there. Unfortunately, as I said before, I want to be busy winning the event. Probably not going to be doing interviews, but Waldo's going to be there.
There's plenty of downtime, dude. There's hours between games.
According to Waldo, I'll have plenty of time.
Plenty of time,
But
dude.
no, we're going to be there with a pop-up. We're going to have a GoPro, and we're going to have our Zoom 6 recorder, so we'll be recording video and audio and we want everyone. So if you're there, come and stop by. Tell us a little bit about your team, and even if you only got 5 minutes, come. We want to meet you, especially if you listen. I love meeting listeners.
So yeah, guys, stop by the booth. Definitely. We're going to be at ICC. There will also be Travis will also be at the TSXL.
Yes.
I will be running the event on July 18th and 19th at Long Live. So we will be there taking interviews.
And on that note, actually, if there are events in the Northeast that you want us to go, message us. I'll see if I can make it happen, man. I mean, we're kind of busy, and I don't want to sign on to going too many events because I do want to play some of these. But message us, and maybe we'll go. Like, shoot your shot, man.
So, all right, guys, I just, again, want to thank everybody for coming. Shout out to Dizana Sports, makers of the Grind Air gloves, makers of the SF joggers, and definitely reach out to them, reach out to us. We can definitely hook you up with Tim from Dizana or Ross from Dizana as far as custom jerseys, custom joggers, or anything you need for your apparel needs for paintball. And, again, remember to subscribe, rate, and review. And appreciate you guys.